guys.
Hey guys.
It's time for another Syfy Friday review. This time we're reviewing Z Nation Season 2, Episode 11, titled Corporate Retreat. If you haven't seen that episode yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. I absolutely loved this episode.
Yeah, this was a really fun episode.
First of all, I like the effect in the very beginning where it's all, there's a fire and it's all smoky and everything kind of has like an orange-red kind of a tinge to it.
That was really cool.
I really like that kind of eerie kind of effect they did. And zombie kill of the week happens like in the first 20 seconds of the episode. With the 10K twofer, he shoots one zombie through the back of the head, the bullet ricochets off of Doc's medallion, through another Z's head, and it was awesome. And they had a ton of fun in this episode.
Yeah. It was just a fun episode.
They had a lot of fun messing with The Walking Dead in this episode.
Yeah.
Poking a little bit of fun.
A little bit.
First of all, the entire scenario, they're stuck in this building, and Murphy's been shot, and in his nightmares, they draw the Z's toward the building. So the building is surrounded, and it's totally a parallel to the situation in Alexandria.
Yeah.
So just hope that the scenario, the setting is very, very similar to The Walking Dead. And then Iggy, after he gets back after being... First of all, he goes full Tyrese.
Yeah, he gets banished and then knocks on the door afterwards and they let him in. He's just covered in blood and there's no Z's.
Well, he's out there with just a hammer, just like Tyrese was in Season 4 when he was late getting out of the car because he had zoned out. And he basically hammered his way through the zombie horde. Iggy hammers his way through the zombie horde and he knocks on the door and they let him in and he's covered in blood and on his forehead
big old W.
a big old bloody W on his forehead. They totally had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just poking fun at The Walking Dead, and we had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, it's like as Walking Dead fans, it was kind of like these little Easter eggs that we got, the little joke, because we watched The Walking Dead. Yeah. So it was fun. I enjoyed it.
The other really cool thing about this episode is there was actually a lot of stuff going on in this episode. Also, it was like a murder mystery, and that was really cool.
And I kind of liked that we got like a little bit more of Vasquez in this one. Like, he used to be a police officer, and like that came out in this episode. He was able to, just looking at the crime and piecing stuff together, he was like, oh yeah, this and this happened, and it was because of this, which was here, and like he figured everything out, whereas everybody else is just placing blame and kicking people out who weren't doing stuff. Poor Iggy.
Which that brings us to Gideon. Anthony Michael Hall is, first of all, he's a great actor. He was in the Dead Zone, which is a great show. If you never checked that out, seriously, check it out. It was really, really good. But he did a fantastic job performing as Gideon. Yes,
an extremely pleasant yet unlikable character.
Yeah. You see, like he genuinely does have everybody's best interest at heart, but he comes across as just such a douchebag.
Yeah, like... He is, I don't know, it was, the whole time I was like, I wanted him to be the one who was responsible for it because I just couldn't stand him.
The whole episode, I'm like, oh yeah, it was totally Gideon. It seemed so obvious to me. I was like, well, maybe it's too obvious that it's Gideon.
Yeah.
And of course it ended up being somebody else, some guy whose name I didn't even catch. He's Dana's boyfriend. That's all
Dana's
I know.
Boyfriend,
all I know about the guy. And speaking of Dana, she developed kind of a crush on Addie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and it was reciprocated, it seems like.
Yeah. I think that if Addie hadn't been on this journey to get Murphy to California, and if she hadn't lost Mac quite so recently, she might have stayed or invited the girl along with them.
So my question then would be, does this episode, with that little flirtation between Dana and Addie, does that put the kibosh on any kind of romantic relationship between Addie and 10K? Because a lot of people are shipping that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes when you're in a situation like that, because this stuff happens. Yeah. But, if you're in a highly stressful situation like that, and you've been in that situation for a while, if something hasn't developed at all, it seems less likely to. Like, both of them were way more likely, I think, to get into relationships with an outsider as opposed to somebody who's already in the group. But who knows? I mean, this is obviously not a situation that we find ourselves in day to day, so...
And also, this is the Syfy Network,
yes.
and this is Z Nation. Literally anything can happen.
Basically, yes.
One last thing I want to talk about this episode is Doc. Doc goes full, like, mad scientist.
Doc was fantastic in this episode.
Like, he's, just experimenting, just giving more and more blood to the guy who got shot along with Murphy.
Yeah, just to kind of see what happens.
Yeah. And it ends up he's able to revive the guy, and he's just like Cassandra was, and he's able to point out the killer.
Yeah, and then promptly get shot in the head.
Yeah. But is this, maybe are we seeing a different side to Doc, this kind of mad scientist Doc, instead of just like hippie stoner Doc?
And I like that he was like he cuts Murphy's thumb and he sticks it in the other guy's mouth so he can suck on it, and everybody comes in, and just off the top of his head, he's like, natural medicine, dude. Like, he just totally had this is it. You've heard of leeches. Come on, this is the same thing.
And the episode concludes with the remnants of the corporate retreat people leaving to go on their own way, and our heroes going to heading toward California. I wouldn't be surprised if we meet this group again later on down the road.
Or at least part of the group. Like, maybe something happens and...
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we meet Iggy again.
Yeah, I hope so. I really liked Iggy.
Yeah, I liked Iggy a lot. I would like to see him make another appearance. He definitely seems capable enough. I mean, he massacred an entire zombie herd with a hammer.
Yeah.
So... He seems like he's the type who could survive a zombie apocalypse and maybe hook up with the group again later. Who knows? I really want to see him again, though.
Yeah, ditto.
Alright, I think that's pretty much it for this review. If we missed anything, if there's something you think we should have talked about that we didn't, or if we got something wrong, let us know down in the comments and we can discuss it down there. Also, if you enjoyed this review, and we certainly hope you did, be sure to let us know by clicking that like button and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.